Hey everybody, welcome to this week's Q&A. The way this works is you go to amysatori.com/ask Amy and read the instructions thoroughly on there and check out what date your question might be answered. See if that's a good fit for you. And then you order a question and I go through them usually on a Sunday or a Monday, but usually Sundays. So I ask that you get your questions in by Saturday night in America. And then I just go through and I make a certain number of questions available to you. And then it'll show sold out when those are sold out. So that's how you do that. And you can ask me about anything you have a question about at all. And my intention when I answer all of you is that anyone, it doesn't only benefit the person who's asking the question, but the blessings that I give and the advice that I give and whatnot, I'm also directing it at everyone in the entire world who is having that issue or something similar. So somehow, subconsciously, everyone is getting the message who's in that situation. So, so we're all helping the collective with your questions are helping the entire collective. So, okay. I wanted a quick little message from Spirit. Is that if you wish you could have done something, like say you always wanted to do Qigong and you haven't done it yet. And you're like, why would I even start now? I can't seem to be able to start. I can't fit it into my schedule. I can't do this and I can't do that. And you're really frustrated and you're like, I should have been further along by this time. I should have, like by now I could have been a Qigong master. So, it's very frustrating. You might be upset with yourself or whatever about not having started whatever it is yet. Spirit is saying that it's not too late. It's never, never, never too late to get started on something. And if you look back and take some time to reflect, the things that you have been putting your attention on all this time that you think, you should have been able to squeeze in this extra thing in there to your benefit all along. Those things that you have been putting your attention on have actually benefited you a lot. So maybe go through and reflect, what have I accomplished in the same period of time where I've been avoiding doing this thing over here that I really, really want to do? What have I been doing that's been beneficial to me? That's maybe even equivalent to that. What have I been putting my attention on that's good for me, that's been good for me or good for my future or good for the life I want to create, the same life I want to create by doing the other activity. And you may just find that you've been doing it all along, just in a different way. So cut yourself some slack. And if something is truly meant to be for you to do, you will be doing it. You'll do it. So also there is a message in that too, that if you aren't doing it yet and you just haven't been able to squeeze it in there, or for whatever reason, it may be time to drop it completely and just say, maybe I just don't want that in my life. Maybe instead of doing Qigong, I'll meditate every day instead, or I'll do a divine guidance council meeting every day, or, I'll do something different. So just everybody, I think across the board, no matter where you are in the world, what's going on in your life right now or what's been going on, I think everybody's kind of reevaluating everything at this time. And they're really, truly, I feel everyone really going deep within what's really, truly, honestly going to be what makes me happy, what feels authentic to me, like even more than before. It's like going through several layers of getting honest with yourself. And it's a beautiful thing. And if you can imagine everybody going through this, which it is, this isn't just us, not just the awake people. There are people in denial that are awake. There are people who are more scared than they will admit to, and they'll project that on you because they'll see the fear in you because you're an honest person and you're saying, hey, this really concerns me. I have a lot of faith, but it also concerns me. And you may trigger somebody who says, oh, well, I'm never afraid. I know it's going to work out. It's going to be fantastic. But they're actually like, a part of them is like, but they can't admit it to themselves. So keep that in mind, that that's a dynamic as well. Also, I know we talked about depression in the talk before, but suicide, you know what suicide is, you guys? And you may think you know the answer, but I bet you anything you didn't, you're not going to say this. Well, maybe. If you've been watching my channel for a while, probably, maybe. Suicide is just you trying to escape from all your thoughts. Because if you didn't have torturous thoughts, if you didn't have thoughts of giving up and what this whole story means to you and where you think it's all going, and if you didn't have any thoughts at all and you had amnesia and your brain was completely wiped of all your memories and your brain was like completely wiped of anything that stresses you out about the future or even now or whatever, you would never even contemplate something like that. Right. So, consider doing Byron Katie's work or something like it. If that's one of the things you have to throw out because you just aren't getting to it, fine. If you've given it a chance before and it didn't work for you, you did it wrong. And I would be happy to coach you for free because I'm that passionate about it. It's really, really helpful. And if Byron Katie isn't your thing, just do something. Do something every day. Like even meditating for 5 minutes can make a huge difference in your life. So just consider doing something to eliminate your thoughts. And yes, I know you're becoming a master at a time when things are the most stressful circumstances. And you can be like, grr, why didn't I work on this harder before now? Why didn't I work harder on my healing before now? Because now I'm really triggered and I'm having to heal it. But those can also bring some profound breakthroughs. You know what I mean? When you're pushed absolutely to the brink. I mean, Byron Katie, she even had her enlightenment moment when she was absolutely at wit's end, was ripping everybody's faces off and was just a mean, horrible person. And she was just absolutely depressed and couldn't even open the blinds. And she had a cockroach run across her foot. And it changed her life forever. So you never know when that moment is coming. But remember your affirmations. Remember your affirmations and to make each moment sacred. Every single moment, getting out of the bed to go to the bathroom, you can just be concentrating on the feel under your feet, the feel of whatever's under your feet. You can feel the toilet paper and feel like, what does it feel like to pull the toilet paper? Yeah, this is interesting. If I was an alien and never had been here, you'd be examining that toilet paper. Oh, this is trippy stuff. What do you do with this stuff? And don't think about it though, but just look at it without labeling or anything. So just remember to get present. It's so easy to get wrapped up in our thoughts right now. So just drop everything and stay present, or at least be the observer of you living your life. Watch yourself while you're doing the dishes. Watch yourself while you're on the phone. Watch yourself while you're making a video. Watch yourself, or be aware of your body, or just do some kind of mindful. You don't want to be mindful, mindless meditation, just something that's not, and that's another thing that's been coming to me too. The video games, addictive things that you have to do repetitively, listening to TikTok or Instagram or any of that stuff, like over and over and over, and you have to have it loud and la 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 la. Oh, I can't believe that. Oh, can you believe la la la? If there's got to be all this action going on, and your head is like blah, 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 and you're just escaping into this thing over here in this phone, or what text message was just sent to me, and what did I respond to? Oh, I haven't responded to it yet, and kind of freaking yourself out and stuff. You're trying to escape, and you're going to bury yourself in more and more and more pain, and your addictions are going to get stronger and stronger. So the objective here is to drop the mind completely, guys. Even for a few minutes a day, or even doing Byron Katie's work only takes a half an hour to 45 minutes ish per every day. Do it every single day. and just make it the first thing you do when you wake up or the last thing you do before you go to bed. Think about your schedule for the day, really think it through and be like, what can I change up in my schedule? What do I know about myself? I am relaxed enough in the morning when I first wake up to go do Qigong. That's when I'm going to do it. When I can trick myself because I'm so tired. Before I can even think about anything, I'm just going to go put the video on and watch it and do it, Perfect. Or before bed. Okay, so you watch TV for a couple of hours every night, or you read a book for a couple hours every night, but you realize that Qigong or Byron Katie is more of a priority for your mental, for your mental stability or whatever, to bring more, I don't know, clear decision making, whatever you're trying to achieve that's going to bring you peace, I guess, right now. So you say you have 2 hours of this other activity at night that you do every night religiously, right? And because you really enjoy it. But if you just add in just before that, I'm going to do Byron Katie for a half an hour beforehand on one thought, just one thought. Or I'm going to do a thank you, God, for my misery exercise, or I'm going to do Qigong, or I'm going to sit out and meditate out in the backyard or something, sitting under a tree or something. Choose an activity for like a half an hour before you go do the thing. And then you can reward yourself by going and doing the thing. So just, take a look at everything. And if you're depressed, a lot of people these are really trying times. A lot of people are depressed and suicidal and losing their shit right now. So, and if you're not, you could be in denial too. And so you may be, there's so many different things right now that are going on that, we really need to be there for each other and mostly for ourselves. Okay. The very least, put your hand on your heart. I love you. I love you. And do this like as many times as you possibly can. Make it like a mantra. You can sing it. One thing that's kind of fun to do is everything you go to do, sing it. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm gonna go read a book right now. Or going to answer the door. Somebody might be like, what? But sing what you're gonna do or what you're doing. Time to make dinner. I don't know. You don't want to do the same tune like that, but just like, make it up, have fun with it. Have fun and talk to somebody who'll make you laugh or, laughter is just so incredibly healing. Okay. Also, and I said this in a prior video, but I don't know who watches these and then who watches the updates, the Great Awakening updates. But, it also depression is feeling you have feelings that you don't feel you have the right to feel. It's basically the gist. But it means you need a timeout, you need a reassessment, and you need to just take a good look and be honest with yourself and maybe rearrange or cut some stuff out. But one of the things that you can do to snap out of depression is to do something creative. Color in a coloring book, make a poem, write a story, anything that you can think to do that's creative. If you're like on your last leg laying in your bed and you cannot get out of bed for nothing and there's a little piece of string, shape the pieces of string into something, like get creative and be like, yeah, oh, that's okay. Whatever, you can even be creative in your mind and be like, what could be possible if this, or what if, just start getting curious about something in your mind if you have to. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So one of the tricks of the nefarious people is to make you confused and or full of doubt, or you're not sure who to trust, or you're not sure which direction to go in, and you feel kind of indecisive. They want you to feel indecisive so that they'll just be like, oh, this way. And you're like, oh, okay, since I don't know, I'll go that way. So that's why it's really important right now that we do heal ourselves and that we do learn to be there for ourselves. So we at least can be more familiar with that feeling of support and love. So that in contrast, we'll understand the feeling of kind of force or push or retaliation or vengeance, or, it's like there'll be a clear difference between the way you treat yourself and the kindness and the love that you give yourself, and then how someone else might be trying to pull you into this other energy. So, I mean, we're all saying this right now. We have to be really discerning right now. But so the most important thing you can be doing, and I just said this in Instagram. So hopefully you're in my Telegram and my Instagram. So I said, your most valuable asset right now, because everyone's like, should I get gold, silver? Now there's the Zim thing that happened. I'm not even going to go there. Just another trick to get you confused, I'm sure. Gold, silver, foreign currencies, crypto backed by gold. Oh, it's like, what is the most valuable asset right now? And I'm saying right now, your most valuable asset possible is your intuition backed by consciousness, God. Okay. That is your most valuable asset, being able to be present in the moment, because that's when you see the clearest. That's when you get your warnings. That's when you will know what to do and you will feel decisive. That's when you're in your power. That's when you can kick some serious ass. That's when you can protect yourself best, all of it. So, above anything else, intuition is your most valuable asset possible right now. So start cultivating your belief in yourself. Start doing a divine guidance council meeting every day if you need to, or whatever. You can't bounce things off your friend. Use telepathy, do experiments and exercises to enhance your intuition, and do what you can to be as healthy as you can and to listen to your intuition and rely on your intuition. Okay, enough lecturing. That sometimes happens in the beginning of these Q&As. Also, when it comes to the world stuff, the Great Awakening update and whatnot, it's you guys know how creative I am, and everything pours through me from spirit, and I feel inspired to do certain things and this and that. So those questions were, it started out like, well, just ask me anything. And it was a whole stream of different questions. And it was kind of this mixed bag. Then we would have timestamps underneath the video. So if you're interested in a certain subject, you just scroll down and pick which one you wanted to look at or whatever. And then I recently decided with Shanti that, well, let's just make smaller videos, shorter videos, and make them about a particular subject like social media or whatever. I can't say certain words, but like, and that way I thought my reasoning behind that was, hey, then if somebody, in one of these videos or at some point, if somebody says, hey, what do you think is going to happen with this, with Nasara or something? I'd be like, look up my Nasara video and it'll have all these different questions regarding that. So those are all really great ideas. And that's kind of where we're at right now. But I'm also kind of wanting to do it when I feel inspired to do it, instead of like, well, let's come up with something to tackle every single week or whatever. I don't necessarily want to go about it that way. I kind of want to feel like remember how I used to do in when I first started the Great Awakening videos, where I would feel into spirit as to what's going on right now. What do we need to know? What are the biggest issues right now? And how is that going? And look at some cards and get some encouragement from spirit and the oracle cards, and just like incorporate some of the cards and everything in it. That was more fun for me. Like, instead of a barrage of, I mean, I could still do it, obviously, and I have been. And there is a certain amount of enjoyment, but it feels more like it doesn't feel the same. So just please bear with me going forward. I'm in a creative process. I'm not sure how this is all going to go going forward. I'm doing my very best to support you guys. I took all of that stuff, or all the more risky kind of stuff. I've taken it over to rumble.com/awakening with Amy. So I would go over there and subscribe, so that any video that comes out there, you'll get an automatic email reminding you that, or letting you know that there's a new video out. So that way we can stay really connected. And even if my YouTube channel goes away or whatever, then you'll still have me over there. So I think it's a good thing that happened, that I had that video taken down because of, the stupid insanity that's going on right now. Thank you, White Hats. I understand the whole concept of, we got to put everybody through what they would have gone through if this would have gone the wrong direction, and it makes so much sense. Even if you're talking about like people going down a negative versus positive timeline, they have to have They have to have something happening that either takes them, either they could go either direction with it, right? So we're ultimately in every piece of news that we hear, or everything that we hear through the grapevine, we're choosing, I choose love. I choose faith, and the next minute you might choose fear. Okay. So there's 5 things. I choose faith. I choose to feel and to know that, things are turning to the positive, and that people, that we're doing something about this, and then it's making a difference what I'm doing. And, I choose to believe the positive. And then you might have the 5th one might really get you. And you might, oh! And then you're like, okay, all right. I still choose faith. I still choose love. And it's not even there. Don't judge yourself. If you go into fear, you're a human being. You're not an enlightened being right now. Anybody who says across the board, I have complete faith in all of it, and I know it's all going to be fine, I think that they're probably burying it a little bit. I think that they're, unless they're enlightened. If they're enlightened, that's a different thing, because there is no fear there. So again, just going back to just be there for yourself. The last thing you want to do is keep pushing it away for like months, and then exploding and having like a breakdown over it. Like, I just can't take it anymore. I'm blah, 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 So be taking care of yourself, you guys. That's all I'm saying. Just be taking really good care of yourself right now. I'm doing the same. I'm going through the same thing you guys are. And I'm trying to be real, real good to myself, spend time in nature, meditate, Qigong, Byron Katie, as much as I can, make it fun. I get on the phone with friends, and I try to do it with friends and stuff too. I've got good friends I can bounce things off of sometimes. So, do what you can to support yourself, and don't suffer alone. I know it seems crazy right now. Like, it's like, am I the only person? No, I'm putting myself in your shoes, because I know, like, everybody that I know knows what's going on. So I'm not in your shoes in this way. Thank God. Like, everybody that I know I have created it this way, though. I've eliminated everybody in my life who is not waking up right now. They're out of here. And those who know what's happening, those are my clients. Those are I'm completely surrounded by people who get it. Thank God, like I said. But if you're not lucky enough, or if you haven't created that reality for yourself, it can be very upsetting to think, because I get reports from you guys. I just so feel for you. And sometimes I just, oh man, it crushes me to think that you feel like you're the only one in your state, or the only one in your town, or the only one in your country who's waking up. I mean, so many of you are just looking around going, I can't believe, like, I just can't believe, like, nobody's waking up. Even when the stuff is lifted, they're still wearing those things, and they're still doing this and that and the other thing. Oh man, I feel for you guys. I mean, I understand. I do. That's a very, very difficult situation to be in, but reach out for support as best you can. Look for it anywhere that you can. Do not suffer alone. And some of you have a spouse who doesn't get it, and you're the only one in your town, and everybody's thinking you're crazy. You guys are going to be the ones, though, on the other side of this, who the whole town will be like rejoicing. Oh my gosh, that one person in my town, they knew, and they weren't crazy after all. But we're not there yet. We're not across that victory line. We're not in celebration mode yet, but that's coming. That's coming. I really believe that's coming. So reach out as best you can, even if you have to comment underneath, these videos, or hopefully you can be live in the chat. That's a good place to meet people, is talking on the, be here for the premiere on Thursdays. And you could chat with the people and say, hey, I'm from Illinois. Hey, I'm from here. I'm from there. Does anyone want to get together or anything? And you guys can start, or go to a naturopath. Go to anybody who's into natural or holistic anything, and go make an appointment there, and let them know, you're looking into how to best support your health. And by the way, do you know other people who know what's going on in our world right now? Yeah, I do. I happen to have this, and this. Can we all go to lunch? Can we get together? Just do what you can to reach out to other people, because it's important that we lean on each other at this time. Okay. All right. Again, Getting off my soapbox. You're the Amy Church. All right. And thank you, H, so much. Thank you so much. H is my admin, who is, well, she's really more of a personal assistant, really. She's incredible. Some of you have gotten the privilege to talk to her in an email. And she goes through and she timestamps these videos for us. So you guys can thank H if you should feel so inclined to do that. She does such an incredible job, and it's like she was born for this. She's amazing. Okay, so 3884. Hi, Amy. Your messages are so comforting and inspirational in a world where we are pushed into confusion and chaos daily. You are humble and loving in your talk to us, which puts us all in a more grounded and peaceful place. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. We need to be this for each other. We need to all link arm in arm right now and be there for each other like this. I do have a question, but I am also afraid of what I will find out about it. My son has recently actually told me I need psychological help because of my belief in all these things that I and so many others believe is coming to be: abundance, prosperity, peace, and freedom. I'm not afraid of what he thinks about my beliefs. I'm worried how it will affect him when the time comes for disclosure. Wow. He's very closed-minded, so I fear he will take this personal and feel so very bad after being wrong that he will not know how to handle it. I've kept my heart open to him, of course, but I want him to enjoy all the wonderful things coming and help him open his heart too. How do I go about this? By the way, I loved your interview with Nicholas Veniamin. I live very close to Mount Shasta, and your reference about being helped from a woman from there made me smile. It's a deeply spiritual place, and seeing it every day gives me peace. That must be amazing. I love you, and I hope your day is beautiful. Thank you so much. I know so many people can relate to you right now about your son. That's exactly what we're going to be going through, and what we have to be conscious of going forward that's why we're moving through our shadow stuff right now, guys. And that's why the divine feminines go through it, to help the masculines go through it, because somebody's got to go through it first and be the support for the rest of them. I have to be, as a leader on this channel, I have to go through a lot of things first in order to help you guys go through it. You guys have to go through it to help the sleepers in your family. And then, the divine feminines go through it, and then their masculines go through it. So somebody's got to go first. Unfortunately, that's us, but unfortunately too, because we know how to handle it. And then once we're helping other people with it, you start to feel better because you're making other people feel better and everything too. So I'm going to feel into your son right now and see what advice we can get. Oh, you know what? I didn't bring my spirit cards. I love those. I think I'm going to go get them. Hang on just a second. Wobble. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Well, for one, they're saying that they're gonna be comforted by the fact that, like, most people out there are of the same mentality, so that's going to give them a little bit of peace. It's like, well, it's kind of like, well, we all fell for it and we all got duped. So at least I'm not the only idiot. Like, I'm not the the only one that fell for it. They said, be the space for that. In other words, be the soft place for him to fall, and just be quiet and hold his hand and let him sob, let him cry, let him do what he's got to do. Yeah, he will feel terrible. He will feel very guilty. He will have all kinds of shame. Have him put his hand on his heart and say, I love you to himself 100 times without counting. Just sit there with him and be like, okay, we're going to do this. All right. Put your hand on your heart. I'll put my hand on my heart. I love you. Just sit with him. Just really, just be quiet with him. There's nothing you're going to need to say. It's like you just having the peace in your heart and coming from a heart-centered place and sitting next to him and just being the space for that. We as a society think that we need to have all the answers or talk it out or do all this I don't know, just constantly be doing. We got to stop that. We don't have to be. We can sit on the back porch together and not say a word and have the most incredible profound peace and joy overcome us just doing that. It doesn't, we don't, you don't have to have the words. And God speaks to the person through you and through that space when you create it like that, when you just make the safe space for them to be there. And there's nothing better than someone just holding your hand, just squeezing your hand or holding you. So, maybe just put your arm around him, scoot him in, and just let him cry and cry. And you don't have to have the words. And if you need the words in the moment and you're really present like that, you will have the words. God will give you the words in that moment. There's certain, obviously, I mean, those of us who've been doing the work to heal ourselves this whole time, we're not going to sit there and wag a finger and make them feel judged and say, I told you so, or any of that stuff. So I know you're not going to do that in your, yeah. I'm speaking to everybody else too, but just be there. Just be there. And then, anything else? Tell him also, you weren't loving yourself. If you can't love yourself, you can't see good. So, tell him now that you're loving yourself, now you've opened yourself up to some things, and now we can explore some cool things that we could discover together, or we could go on an adventure together, or we could, how about, because he'll be depressed. So think creative, right? How about you help me create the center for blah, blah, blah. How about you help me with my property and help me grow my garden? How about, what could we dream of together? That would be really fun for anybody going through what they're going to go through like this. Get them dreaming, get them feeling creative. If you let a bully have its way, the bully's wounds get even bigger. Pray instead for you to have the strength to stand up and for the bully to heal. So also be praying for him. Thank you, God, so much for helping him to see the truth and helping him to love himself. That's the two most important things that people need right now, and to feel understood, I guess. So thank you, God, for showing him the truth. Thank you for helping him, what did I say? Soften his heart, love himself, helping him see the truth, helping him love himself, whatever you want to say, but just use an affirmation as if it's already happened. Thank you, God, for already doing whatever it is that you're asking. If you were someone else, what would you think of your life? So maybe put yourself in his shoes, I guess. Or you can always ask that too. At some point you would know when to ask that question, but you can be like, if you were someone else looking in at your life right now, what would you think? Or if you were somebody else looking in at the way that you're talking to me right now with the things that I'm expressing to you, like if you were a third party right here at the table, looking at you and me having this conversation, what would you think? What would you think of this? Sometimes it just helps to get out of the dynamic and be and see it from a different perspective, even from the other person's perspective. Do that thing that stretches your faith. You won't be disappointed. So, wow, if that wasn't a wink from the universe, right? Wow. Do that thing and let joy and love be your guide. There you go. That was just laying there. So Let joy and love be your guide. And it is all coming. So just keep believing and you hold the light. That's what we're doing right now. We're holding the light for everyone for all the moths to come flying in when it's time. All right. 3886. Hello, Amy. Thank you for taking my question. I've got a cat question for you. Why does my cat poop on the floor? I used to think it was because she had 3 legs. One was amputated as a small kitten, but she is bigger now, and it appears to happen after she has just gone in the litter box. Like she gets out, walks down the hallway or whatever, and oops, she isn't done. I don't think she does. I just had that. Oops, she did it again. I don't think she does it on purpose. She even meows sometimes to tell me she did it. Aw. She's a really sweet cat most of the time. Easter morning, she left a present in my bed. I do have a litter box in my closet for her because she sleeps in my bed at night. In my closet for her because she sleeps in my bed at night. Why is she doing this? Her name is Noodle. All right. So I did a little bit of research on this question because, I didn't know. I didn't know. And I'm going to ask her, as I go through this, I'm going to feel into these different questions. These are different things that you can just consider right now. And then I'm going to feel into her as well. Okay. So first off, without even looking right now for a second, she's handicapped. So the biggest consideration should be, is it a nice, shallow, really easy to get into litter box? You might have to be unconventional and use like a thick baking pan or, some kind of another container that's only like 2 inches thick that makes it really easy for her to get into. And if it's about 2 inches thick, whatever the thickness or if it's whatever it is, if it needs to be very, very easy for her to get into. It needs to be an environment that makes her feel safe. So I'm not sure she'd be, you don't want her going into a scary closet at night, a scary, creepy closet if you don't think she's comfortable. If she seems at all creeped out about going in that litter box or at all hesitant, or is kind of like, kind of building herself up to go in there, then that's probably not a good place for that litter box. The litter box needs to be not near her food and water. It needs to be someplace that's maybe on the first floor, so she doesn't have to climb stairs. There should be no difficulty in getting to the litter box. But again, with the level of the litter, there's so many different things to consider. But the level of the litter is another thing. So if your litter box is about that full, just fill it to where it's about 1 inch to 1.5 inches from the top. So you want it really thick. That's going to keep a lot of the pee and poo from reaching all the way to the bottom. So it's easier to clean and everything. And it'll keep the litter box cleaner. But if you have a really shallow one, like we're talking about, then I would fill it up, pretty darn, at like as close to the top as you can without her spilling it all over the place. And you might have to get one of those mats that go underneath the litter box to make it easier to clean up. Like something you might have to like remove the box, take the pad, shake it into the box, and then put the box back on top of the thing sometimes. Also, another thing would be like cleaning out the litter box on a regular basis every single day. If I ever see a poop, like every once in a while, I'll see a poop. And when I see a poop, though, I know exactly what's going on. My cats are like, you need to clean that litter box. This is just your little reminder, and it'll usually be just a tiny little nugget or something. I don't know how they do that. I mean, I don't know how they're just like, how they would plan on it just being a little thing, but whatever. And I go out there and every single time that's happened, there's a lot of poop in there, and I neglected it for like a day or two. And I'm like, dang, I've been so involved in all my projects. I totally didn't, I wasn't checking often enough. So try to make sure that you clean that litter box every single day for her, especially a cat that's like handicapped, because it's already hard enough for them to move around and to maneuver and everything without having to like kind of hop around your poop and your pee. And that'd be horrible, right? So just imagine that her life is that much harder than the normal cat even. So also another thing to consider is is she sensitive to the odor of the litter? Is she sensitive? Is the sand maybe or the litter too coarse? They don't like it too coarse. They like it fine. And does it produce too much dust? And if you're stuck in a closet and it produces a lot of dust, I'd want to hurry up and poop and get out of there quick. And I might have a little turd on the outside, when I'm walking away. So, just think about anything that could possibly be making her feel uncomfortable to go wherever she's going. Is it easy to access? Is it somewhere where she feels very comfortable and safe and where she can see and she's not feeling cornered or trapped? Is there another cat that could be trying to keep her from going in there that's kind of guarding the litter box? You might need a litter box per cat if that's the case, at least. Oh yeah, so let me look here. This is funny. I think I've gotten everything. Okay, so this is the other thing. She may have made either a negative association with the box, like if she was constipated at some time and it really was hard for her to poop and it hurt, that could be like a negative association that was made with the litter box. So maybe there's some kind of a thing like that, or it could be that there's a positive association with your response to her pooing outside the box. So think about that in a psychological way. Like if you were her, can you remember a time when she was having a struggle in the box? And did it maybe create it? And if that's the case, if she created a negative association with, like, had pain in the box or something like that, and now she doesn't want to go around the box because she associates it with pain, then you might just maybe just go get a new litter box and put it in a different location. Try to make it a new type of experience, a new litter, everything. Like try to switch it up so she sees it as a new thing instead of somehow can switch her brain over to, oh, that's a new thing. That's not that thing. That's a different thing, If it's a positive association with your response, like say she's looking for attention and she never gets attention from you, you're always ignoring her. But when she poops in the hallway, she found that you were like, oh, what are you doing, Noodle? I can't believe that you put a little poop on that. Are you okay? And you picked her up and you were sweet to her and kind of talked to her. And while you had her in your arms, why not go get a little treat? I don't know how you've handled those situations when you've found her poo, but if that's the case, if it's like a positive association with the way that you've responded to it, then in that case, how much is she not give her more attention. Just generally give her more attention if that's the case. Give her what she's looking for, in other words. What is it you think she gets out of it? And then give her that outside of that. You know what I mean? Okay. The only other thing would be like a health problem. Pain, fatigue. Okay. So considering all of that, let me feel into her. What is that? Okay. I think she's in a hurry to get out of her box. I think her box makes her feel uncomfortable. It's like it kind of makes me think of if you're camping out, in some kind of really creepy spider filled what do they call it, outhouse, if you're in an outhouse camping and stuff, and it's like totally pitch black in there, and there are creepy crawlies around and stuff. you're going to pee really or poo like really, really fast and want to get the hell out of there. And you might be like, well, did I totally wipe? Did I wipe everything? And have a second thought. And you're like, I'm not going to go back in there. I'm just going to go right here. I'm just going to wipe real quick and just make sure it's all taken care of. So, that's what I'm feeling. I feel like she doesn't like going in her litter box there. So she could be, it could be very uncomfortable for her to get, one of those other factors. I think she knows she needs to go in there, and her little meow is so sweet because it's like she's alerting you, like, sorry, I didn't want to go back in there. So that's what I think it is. That's what I feel like it is. So hopefully that helps. Okay. So 3887. Hi, Amy. Thank you so much for all that you do. You're welcome. I was quietly dating my best friend for a year who was also best friends with my ex-husband. We're trying to navigate going forward and have decided to take a step back in the relationship until we can figure some things out. I wanted to see if we would be getting back together as a couple sooner rather than later. For some reason, I thought you had asked that before and I already answered that. It sounds like I already answered that. My other question would be getting a true love check-in on him as well. Absolutely. Okay. So are they going to be getting back together sooner rather than later? I get a yes. So I think for that, I want to look at some ghoster cards because apparently you guys aren't talking if you don't know that answer. I mean, it's too bad there couldn't be some kind of like it would be great if you guys could actually create some kind of a goal to shoot for. So you at least know we're together. We're just figuring this out. We're taking time apart to put our minds to this, but let's get back together in a month and let each other know the ideas that we've come up with. So there's always some kind of a point in the future when you guys are going to regroup and come together. Like, or it could even be like a year from now, I think we'll be in the position to do this, that, or the other thing. So in the meantime, why don't you work on these things and I'm going to work on these things. And then in a year or 2 years or whatever, we'll be able to come together. But it'd be good if you guys could come together and have some sort of a plan or some way that you guys can remain committed to a degree. And, it just like working on a work project at work, you wouldn't just go separate directions and just never like not talk about it again and just leave it totally like, I don't know, you'd be like, okay, so this is what we're trying to achieve by the end of this period of time. So let's at least touch base once a month to see where we're at kind of thing, Wow, I've given it so much thought and I know this to be my deepest truth. I choose you. No matter how things look on the outside, you are my person and I only want you. So please trust me on that. Wow. I hate myself right now. I can't very well accept your love when I can't love myself. So he's doing some healing. Maybe he hates himself because of that situation, because he feels like he betrayed his friend or whatever. But he's gonna, everything just takes healing. Everything just takes looking at it from a certain perspective. You can always change your perspective on anything. I know if I continue to ignore you, I could lose you. You'll hear from me within a relatively short time. I think of you and want you just as much as you want me. Trust me. So that's reassuring. I'm doing a cleanup job on my life right now. Good. Okay. And in order to make room for you in it, I want to make sure we don't have any hangups along the way. And I want you to feel as comfortable as possible. So it just looks like he is getting ready to, have you reached out to him and he's ignored you? Is that what's going on? Or, because I would propose to him what I've said. We know we want to be together. Let's have a meeting of the minds. Let's write down all the things that we feel are obstacles. And then you tackle these ones, I tackle these ones. And then we touch base once a month or once a week or whatever feels comfortable for you, and ask him, can you commit to that? Let's make it our project. Let's make it our love project. And let's, start tackling this thing, because you're not going to get headway if you don't start making some, if you don't start take it. Both of you need to be taking action on it, and you can take a lot of pride in it too. When you guys get together, because you can be like, "Wow, look what we accomplished together when we put our heads together." So now I'm doing the true love check-in. See what he's thinking and feeling. In addition to that, I just got the name Michael for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, he wants to apologize to you. He wants to give back to you. I think he has been ignoring you, trying to make some kind of major decision to reach out to you. Oh, he wants to heal it. Does he want to have a baby or something? Does he want to have it? He's well, you got the sun card, and it's a really, really cute sun card. Yeah, he wants to heal it. He wants the end of this difficult period of you doing, maybe him feeling like you're doing all the work or all the figuring out, and he wants to jump into and help out. He wants to choose this new beginning, and he's working on that. He's trying to figure out how to do that. And when he does, it's like he's going to make that offer. Yeah, there's definitely still some people pleasing going on. But he's, he doesn't want you to slip through his fingers because of his indecisiveness. So he's trying to figure out a way to tell you what's going on. He's strategizing. He's also trying to get past all the regret and disappointment and heal that. And he doesn't want any drama. He wants to win you, but he doesn't want a bunch of drama. So, have you looked at it from different standpoints? It helps to look at it. I always say this, but it helps to do those exercises that I always recommend. Like, thank you, God, for my misery will give you huge insights and huge shifts in your perspective that will help you see things differently. And it really does help you have epiphanies that you can, write down real quick. Well, you're doing the exercise on this pad of paper, but then you got this other pad of paper over here for all the ideas that start coming to you. Byron Katie's work will do that for you too. So he's just, maybe do some of these things, work on it yourself and from these different angles of the ways that you can come at it and the ways that you can be a united front going forward to that, ex-husband or whatever, and figure it out. I mean, there's always an answer. There's always a solution. He's working on committing to you and doing whatever it is that he wants to do. So it looks like he is leaving the people pleasing behind so that you guys can have a life together. So maybe just get ready by doing some of these exercises on your own. So the next time you guys talk, you can maybe propose some ideas on how you guys can, handle it in a mature way. Yeah. All right. 3893. I have two women trying to buy my health food store. Will they be able to get proper funding? And if so, how soon? Okay. So you didn't tell me any identifying anything. Like you didn't say like I have a number one person and a number two person. So I want you to pause the video right now. And I want you to write down who is your number one person, who is your number two person. Okay. And then come back and I'm going to tell you the difference between the two. Okay. All right. Person number one. Is this person going to be able to get the finance? Let me just put them side by side. Is person number one or person number two going to get the financing? Two feels like. Number one, it feels like they're not as financially stable as number two. Number two feels more solid. Is number one still going to make an offer? I think you're going to end up with number two. When is that going to happen? You may hear something like May 11th. I also got May 5th. So I guess somewhere between May 5th and May 11th, you might either get an offer, or what were you asking in terms of the time? If so, how soon would they get the financing? Number two feels like let me see. I think they already have the money, or somebody that they're an ambassador for, for lack of a better word, representative of, like whoever they represent, they've got plenty of money. It's just that they're looking into how to move it around. And let's say one location that they were thinking to have a health food store is like there's $50,000 that's going to that. I mean, that's nothing, but and then 20,000 was supposed to go toward this one that they're buying from you. Now they have to figure out, how do I get another 30,000 to come this way, and that one now doesn't have as much, or it's like just moving money around. It feels like, but they're solid financially. I feel number 2 is solid financially, and they can do it. Yeah, that's what it feels like to me. Can I get some confirmation? Number 2 is the person. Yeah. Yep. And that's a legal contract right there. Thank you. That was a direct answer. Okay. 3897. 3897. My sister was diagnosed with the C word, CANCER. She has had a hysterectomy. She has since been told the C word has spread to her soft connective tissue of her cervix, and therefore has stage 2. Can you do a mini med bed for her, and will she get through this? I need to ask spirit. I don't typically like for you guys to ask me to work on someone else, because if they haven't given permission, then I'm kind of violating them. And I don't like to do that. I like to respect people's free will. And some people, they don't want to be healed, or they don't believe in it. That's just not their path, or they're ready to go, or whatever, So, let me just ask, can I offer her some help? Can I offer her some help? Is she okay with that? Yep, she is actually. Yes. Okay. Is she going to get better? Yes, but it feels like she needs a shift in perspective. It's like she needs to see it as her friend in a way. So I used to use this exercise a lot, and I've actually seen people have success with it. For one, know that there are natural ways to deal with it that I would be happy to recommend. Well, first off, let me just give you the website right now. It's Zenith Herbal, zenithherbal.com. They have stuff that you can they have capsules that you can take internally, and that's probably what she would need for what she's going through right now. Way more effective than traditional methods, which are actually geared toward, making somebody even sicker. So the stuff I'm talking about is all organic, natural, and by natural, I mean nature-like. So, I mean, it's the stuff's good for you, and it's like designed by God to go in your system and take that stuff out. So I would use that, or underneath this video, there's a link, and you can get a discount for it if you go to antiagingbed.com. And I would get there, at least, get one, go to it says med bed, go under med bed and look, and you want to get like stage 1, stage 2, or stage 3, like coil paddles. I got one going right here. That's what they look like. So anytime that I'm sitting around like this, I have the paddle on my back or somewhere, because it's filling me with chi while I'm doing my work. So it's like a twofer. So yeah, I would get those, because they are known for, taking care of that issue. Another thing would be, it's in my protocol, my health protocol. I don't like to say it out loud, because people will be like, what? It's unconventional, but it's effective. It works. So if you guys want to, if you want to find out what my health protocol is, it's just basically a bunch of products that I've recommended. You guys, some of you gave the information to me. I've given it to you guys. It's just a collection of good products to be taking right now for our health. But all you have to do is to send me an email, and in the subject line, say health protocol in all caps. And then you'll be responded to by me or H, and we will get that health protocol to you. Okay. How much is she not? Oh, here's what I was going to say though, that another method is for her to imagine like that there's a seed in her, that all of the C word is going into, like it's going to all gather into this into the seed, so she can visualize it all over wherever if she feels it is, and she can ask it to redirect and go directly into like a seed. She could even have like a seed nearby in a glass or something like that, or several seeds, something like that. And then you just imagine all of the energy of the seed going into the seed. And then at some point she would feel, I think it's in there. And she could even imagine that she's growing like a rose plant, rose flowers within her, and then she could watch them go from a bud into a full bloom. And like when it's at full bloom, when that seed is completely turned into like this big beautiful flower, then she knows it's time to like take that out and actually put it into like a real flower and plant it in her flower bed. And I mean, I don't know how open-minded she is and if she's into visualization or anything, but there's a reason that popped in my head. So, and I've had a lot of people have a lot of success with that. Everything is energy, you guys. We are so much more powerful than anyone realizes because they've squashed our education and they haven't, let us know what our superpowers are because they wanted to do this to us eventually, and actually get away with it. So, which they're not going to do now. Just a little reminder. But they, it's time to reclaim our power and to know just how powerful we are. And we can use visualization to make things happen, to make anything happen, to heal anything. So I feel like there's some kind of a challenge that the universe is trying to get her to do something outside the box so that she can feel proud of herself. So is she going to survive this? I think she will. I feel she will. And I just felt like one of her little spirit guides, I feel like it was a fairy, cheer and jump up and down. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. This is going to be exciting. We're taking on the challenge. Like they heard me and they're like, we're taking this on. We're going to do it. So I guess we'll see. All right. 389, no, that's the same one. 3905. 3905. Hi, Amy. I keep seeing my birth date frequently, and I turned 66 in June. A lot of sixes. Any significance? Is there anything I need to know or do here? I'd love any information. Bless you and thank you, lovely lady. Okay. So why does she keep seeing sixes? Why does she keep seeing sixes? Well, sixes is also lovers. So lovers is also about making a major decision. So let me look at making a major decision. Comfort, going toward comfort. Something about comforting yourself, and it feels like it has to do with home. Comforts of home. Oh. Making a major decision. Can you give me more information about this major decision she needs to make? Because I felt you maybe doing some automatic writing and connecting with like your star family. Like starting to channel, do some channeling. It's like, your star family wants to come through and like comfort you at this time, but they need to be able to talk to you. So open up some communication between you and your star family for one. And is there anything significant that's going to happen on her birthday? Yes. A shift, some kind of major shift that will force you outside your comfort zone. Okay, let's see. Tell me more about this, please. Wow, a new passionate start. Could involve a trip. Something you feel very passionate about. It's going to be an opportunity. Some kind of an opportunity that you can't ignore because you're going to feel pulled by your passion. They're also saying that they are going to need you to have the courage to step outside your comfort zone because it's going to be something that requires integrity. Like they're asking you to throw your any kind of lack mentality away and get rid of any insecurities, exhibit courage and bravery, and make some kind of a deal, even with the military, possibly. Bet you weren't expecting that one. So this is somebody with integrity who takes action, and this is deals that are being made, or like even with true love, it could be a true love coming together, but I don't feel like it's that. I feel like it's some kind of a mission that you're going to go on, some kind of a passion mission. You know what it sounds like? It's humanitarians, a humanitarian thing. So I don't know if you have Zims or any of that stuff, any of the foreign currencies for the RV. I would get ready. I would get ready to make a major move in your maybe relocating or something. Is she relocating? Yeah. Coming out from hiding. They want you to quit hiding because you'll be successful if you step out of the shadows and find yourself worthy enough. You're going to be called to a higher cause. Sounds kind of grand, doesn't it? You have nothing to fear but those thoughts you're entertaining. Start using your mind to create what's possible instead. Pray for an epiphany so you can gain valuable, beneficial insights, and pray that it be made obvious. You could even say that before bed. Thank you for revealing what it is to me that I'm going to have to make this major decision on. The situation could come back around. The situation is just coming back around. So you can choose differently and pass the test. You've evolved past this. You just need to own it. So maybe there's been some kind of a passion project that pulled you in the past and you didn't go for it because you chose comfort. I just heard, yup. If you had any idea how protected you are, you wouldn't spend another wasted moment on worry. If you let a bully have its way, the bully's wounds get even bigger. Pray instead for you to have the faith to stand up and for the bully to heal. You've done nothing wrong. Always align with your highest truth and speak from that place for the best outcome for everybody involved. Live your truth. So they're like preparing you. It feels like they're preparing you for doing something. And it could be lovers, because I said lovers and then we had the Two of Cups. Maybe you're going to be doing something with your lover. Maybe you're going to do a passion project with your lover, which is very common with true love. Okay. Who better than Mary Magdalene to say something at this time? Divine order. This is going to be a really long video. I'm totally taking my time today. All right, let's see. You may be inadvertently sinking into depression because you believe the world around you is in disarray. With all its suffering, destruction, and war, the world can seem like a woeful place. Yet, as the saying goes, there is a time and a purpose for everything under heaven. Everything serves a purpose and has a reason for being, otherwise that thing would not exist. Has a reason for being, otherwise that thing would not exist. Life is like a divine tapestry. Each thread is vital to the overall picture. However, being a divine tapestry, the overall design only begins to make sense when viewed from a higher perspective. Believing that things are not the way they should be only serves to keep you disappointed, angry, and fearful. Divine order is visible, but it is only visible through the perspective of love, just as the true purpose of things can only be known by the light of your soul. Your world doesn't need saving. It just needs to be loved. Wow, what a message. So go back to the beginning of this Q&A and watch that whole beginning, because everything's in divine order. It's all going to work out beautifully, they just said. It's going to work out beautifully. All right. I just got that. This is my song. This is my song. Elmo song. 3909. I've tried to put my question into words, but have failed time after time. So can you please pull a card for me or give me a blessing to help me endure if that's what I need, what I'm struggling with? Yes. Yes. And if I could give you a big hug, I would, whatever this is. Well, let's pull a Mary Magdalene card for you. Oh, yeah. Wow. I kind of just see you laying on the floor, not getting up, not moving. So I'm thinking this could be depression or something, or something you just don't feel in a way out. Give anonymously to those who are in difficult places you've been before. So maybe that's one way out of it. Think of something creative you could do for somebody else. My papers just totally moved by themselves just now. Pray for an epiphany so you can gain valuable, beneficial insights, and pray that it be made obvious. You're handling yourself better than you think. Keep it up. Okay. Mary Magdalene. Mary, what do you have to tell this person right now in this time of difficulty for her? Illumination. Let me read it. Illumination. Oh, yeah. All right. Your creativity is blocked at present because you're not expressing how you truly feel. To unblock your creativity, you need to express your feelings. Creativity is first and foremost about self-expression. Every piece of art, no matter what the subject or style, is a self-portrait. Express everything you feel inside you, good, bad, beautiful, or ugly. Everything is valid, so don't place judgments or restrictions on yourself. Your creativity has no boundaries apart from the boundaries you place on it yourself. Creativity is the essence of your life, and self-expression is creativity's voice. Self-expression heals and liberates you. It illuminates your mind and heart, and all you need is to let your feelings come through. So maybe you're gonna, I don't know, go to an old folks home and sing or something, some song that you make. Oh, that was confirmation. Something like that. Let me hit the little button and get this going again. Here we go. It feels so good. Shishina puhumaan. Kutay na pompan ke. San se la shehe and keep him pompa. Okay. So I'm just going to balance out your energy. Open up your creativity. Shanche lucky ains. Sahai. Ooh, mama anatai nahai. I feel like there's like you need to hug a tree or go sit under a tree and lean up against it and gain its support. Shinaha poma hamain. Ha lucky in the tais and say hepit in the taike. Mama anatan. Okay. Aw, Crystal, have faith and hope because there's something positive and new on the horizon that you can't see yet. So keep your chin up. Better times are coming. And you're handling yourself better than you know. Revealing radiance, my light illuminates the world. So, you know how they were saying to like love the world? I think it might be okay. Watch Matt Kahn's video, Respecting the Shadow. It is phenomenal, especially when you're going through a tough time, and he'll make you laugh your butt off. He's so cute and so funny. But one of the things that Matt said that he did one time that was like made a profound shift in his life was to hold the world in his hands and send it love and send it blessings. Just pour from your heart. Just put this pink light all around the world and just love it. Love and balance the world and send harmony. Do this as often as you think to. And you will be amazed at what starts to come back to you as a result. And they just said clarity. It'll bring you clarity. Okay, own your divine power. Replace codependent people pleasing with assertiveness and empowerment. All of us need to be doing this right now. Getting into our power, being sovereign, finding the answers ourselves. Okay. I hope that helps. Okay. 3910. Blessings to you, Amy, and the collective. I was wondering what you might get in regards to my future career. Thank you in advance. Okay. So, oh, you have a really good heart. You're good with animals, really good with animals. You might, I feel like you might even have some foreign currencies. And if you don't, I would get some because you have the energy of having some. So either way, though, I feel you doing some kind of humanitarian work for animals, like building a shelter or being part of running a shelter, or I just feel you like down on your, like on your knees playing with a bunch of dogs and, like just having fun with the dogs. I feel it would be in the United States, but I just feel the United States like glowing. You're going to be fixed in one location, and I feel it's over to the west. It's like east of the West Mountains with that whole mountain range over there. I forget what it is. Rocky Mountain? I don't know. There's like a west and an east mountain range. So it's somewhere that could be Montana. I don't know, but all the way, it's like I'm now because I'm probably mirrored. I don't know, but okay. So go look at the mountain range to the west, to the left when you're looking at the United States map, and then go just east, and it's like on the like 3/4 of the way up the mountain range, and right at the foot of the mountains is where you might go, or where you might be, or where this might take you. Center. I just got the center. You also might be working with handicapped people, disabled people. Hatana I can. Oh, maybe it's training dogs for disabled people. Have you ever thought about doing something like that? Is there anything else that's a possibility, like a parallel timeline or something where he does something else just in case? Teacher is coming to mind. Teaching something having to do with land or agriculture, or I get land again. It could even be geologist, but it would be teaching geology, maybe even geography. I mean, I don't know, but having something to do with, it looks like dirt, so probably geologist, or something that a geologist would do, or something like that, having to do with dirt, fill dirt. I don't know. Maybe you'd be a part of projects that were like, maybe you're helping humanitarian projects, like dig up a bunch of dirt and move it, and like excavating or something. Well, I don't know what you do currently. That would have given me probably a clue as to what attracts you. But okay, I just saw you doing yoga, being a yoga instructor as well. I see you like sitting Indian style in front of some people, but it's like more one-on-one meetings, not like a group class where like you're the head of the group and there's like 30 people. It looks like you're up there, but you have like maybe one person at a time and you're kind of teaching them. So you have many different paths you could take. In other words, we all do. I don't think we're here just to do one thing necessarily, but when we stay in the moment and we just start, picking up this talent over here and that talent over here and you start accumulating these things, and then you've got like a number of different things that you can do with it. But all of it, is meant to be, and you might even touch on some of it. You might be a geologist for a little while, then a yoga instructor when you get older, and then, in the meantime, you might do the dog training. So you might do all of it. So, Amanda taking cessation. Just stay doing what you love doing. Don't do anything right now. Nobody should be doing anything right now that feels like drudgery, And if it feels like drudgery and there's something you can do about it to change it from drudgery to something you enjoy, then do that. But if you have to, but most likely you'd probably have to leave the situation to go find what you're, the joy. I just looked at the word garment. Garment. How much she came? I feel like there's a past life trying to come through right now of you being a tailor. I don't know why. I mean, if you're interested in being a tailor, maybe, but maybe that's just a talent that you're gonna. I don't know. Maybe it could be a little wink that maybe you run across a tailor, and because you meet the person, there's an opportunity on the other side of meeting the person. Or it could be that you're about to learn how to be a tailor, and it's just kind of, whoa, I just got a ringing in my ear. Okay. Yeah. We will guide him. We will guide him. We will show him. He needs to keep an eye for the tailor. Blue. I see blue, like a blue suit or blue. They said, yeah, they said that's just a little hint, a little clue as to something. When you see the tailor or you start learning how to be a tailor or something like that, it's taking you out. It's taking you you're on your course. Kind of like, in the Matrix, when they see the cat walk by twice, it's going to be like something that signals. So this something might have to do with language or speaking something or saying something too. Say something to the tailor. If you see a tailor, say something to the tailor, maybe. I don't know. Sometimes these messages from spirit can be very cryptic, but they know what they're doing, and I trust that they know what they're doing. So you're going to do something with that information. Okay. 3912. Hi, Amy. I'm just about to turn 73, and because I have had the C letter again for the last 3 years, though it has gone to sleep, it has meant that my mobility has become not as it should be. I am often exhausted, and I'm not coping with my home, especially the large garden. My relationship with my family has been strained over this time, as I will not comply with the current madness going on in our world, and they no longer offer their help. That's really shitty. The house needs repair, especially the old wooden windows. Can you see me improving enough to stay in the home that I do love? Or should I look into moving somewhere everything is looked after? Even though those places you have to be jabbed. Will my health keep improving, or is that as good as it gets now? So when I worked, I was on my feet 7 days a week, running back and forth on a cement floor. So I think this is finally catching up to me. Thank you, Amy. Okay, so if anyone feels compelled to help this lady out, she's in Australia. NSW, I think is what it said. I looked it up. because I like to hook you guys up and help you guys out as best I can. So, I mean, she's got a large garden. Everybody's looking for a large garden right now. So if you're willing to help out with cupboards or some, something like that, fix her cupboards for her or help maintain the garden or something, or maybe, I mean, it would be cool if you could have some kind of arrangement where someone could either pop in all the time or they could live with you or whatever in exchange for taking care of the garden, helping you take care of the home, that kind of stuff, like a live-in helper. We're doing unconventional things at this time. We're getting creative. Just we're filling the holes for each other in each other's lives. What do you need? Well, I need this. Well, let's put these puzzle pieces together and make a bigger puzzle. So I don't know if they have like a Craigslist in Australia, probably some version of something like that. You could always put out an ad that, that very thing. You could even say that you were unjabbed so that somebody looking at the ad would be like excited. Oh my gosh, finally somebody on the same page. So you could put out an ad or have somebody help you put out an ad. Again, if anyone wants to volunteer to help her with that, then please just let me know. You could email me and I would put you guys in contact. I would forward your information to her. And if she felt comfortable, she'd reach out to you. Is she okay for now? Like, is her health okay for now? I get a yes. Definitely resting is good for you right now. Is she going to have to sell her place and go to a place where things are being taken care of for her? I get a no. Is she going to get somebody who comes and helps? Yes. Is she going to be able to herself tend to the garden by herself? Yeah, you will actually get back on your legs or get back on your feet. You might have to come up with some kind of a way, like being in a wheelchair or something, or some kind of, I don't know, there might be some kind of something that somebody can come up with to help you maneuver around better, or I don't know. Is she going to have somebody help her or is she going to do it herself? I feel like both. So let me do some work on you. Hala ansasena taila, hala mama shishila kenate, hela ansanse eke elabun, mama ana ike ela, sanse shila ana, hehe pompoma ana ke, sanse shila ke, sansa laki ipam pamba ana ai, hala shishin. They're saying a miracle is coming. A miracle is on its way. So let me look at some cards real quick, because I don't like saying something like that and getting your hopes up and have nothing happen. Is she gonna have to sell her place? I get a no again. An apology and giving back to you, and a miracle. Miracle by God, right there. Can be. So, and this is somebody is deciding to apologize and make a major decision to give back to you. Maybe your family is going to wake up. So that's encouraging. Something's going to happen in the world where they know the truth. And they're going to be like, I am so sorry that I was such a shit that I would turn my back on my mother. Yeah, they're going to heal it. They're going to want to heal it and put some work in to help you out again. A happy family and regretful. Well, that gives all of us hope right now. Yay. You're going to, and quickly. It's like they come to the rescue and they feel really, really bad. And they really want to create a legacy with you. Like they really want to get everything back on track for everyone to be happy and be a family again. Oh my God, look at it. Cheers, celebration, happiness, excitement. Oh my gosh. Maybe it's because somebody comes to help you out or something and they feel bad that they did that to you, or, but I think it's the truth. I mean, we got that confirmation. Yeah, look at that. Getting rid of the devil. fate having its hand in it, turning that wheel of fate, and it's fated. Change in perspective and people coming together. Guilt and regret. That sounds like the truth coming out to me, you guys. Wow. When might this shift happen? I just unfortunately got July, but I mean, it's better than never, or it's better than a year or two. July's not that bad. But maybe in the meantime, somebody can come help you, and maybe they could even be a part of your new family. Maybe they don't have any family, and maybe they could use somebody exactly like you, with all your wisdom and your kindness and your compassion and your knowledge of, what's going on in our world. Even you guys could have something in common to talk about, and they could maybe fix your meals or whatever in exchange for rent. Isn't that cool? So yeah, I have the feeling also that there are some websites being developed right now where there's going to be like a lot of trading and exchanging going on, which I just love that idea. All right. And my higher self just asked that you be sent some angels to watch over you right now through this time, being that you're in a bit of a vulnerable situation. I just really feel for you. And so they sent those for you. Okay. 3913. 3913. Hi, Amy. I feel so much better physically since I subscribed to your daily boost. My lower back pain is completely gone. Thank you. Yay. I'm so glad. I have 3 questions about both masculines. I've been feeling guilty. The first question is, I've been feeling guilty, frustrated, and regretful for years, blaming myself often that I'm oscillating between these 2 masculines, not knowing for sure who my true love is. And recently I've heard this message on another channel saying that both masculines are fighting for my attention, and they're both very high vibrational connections, and it's normal to be confused. And that gave me more understanding, and it put me at ease. What's your take on this? Well, definitely check out my playlist here on YouTube, all about true love, and go in. There's a video called Curveball. Just put an Amy Satori Curveball and it should come up, or alternate options, I think is part of the title too. But watch that video, because I think the divine feminines have multiple suitors. You probably have way more than 2. I hate to have to tell you. And I know it's overwhelming and it's scary. And I hate the thought too. I just want to be with one person. I don't want to have like a million people, but when one isn't coming forward, then you're having to look at these other options and stuff. And then some of them start looking pretty appealing, but then they're not taking action either. So I totally get it. It's like, okay, let's just see who comes forward and I'll see what I'm dealing with. Let's just, so it's like you have to keep looking at it from these different perspectives as you go forward. Your job is to just be in a receptive space and to really, to not even worry about your love life, just to completely let the whole thing go and see who comes forward and see if they're a vibrational match, in the sense that you want them to at least be able to apologize and tell you the truth. That's it. Just kind, apologetic, and truthful. If they can't be that, then you would go to the next one, because you're like the egg in the female, right? You're like the egg and they're the sperm. I mean, it makes perfect sense with nature too. So there's nothing to feel guilty about. There's nothing at all to feel guilty about. So just be open, have your heart open. And I also know this about the divine feminines. They are fiercely, incredibly loyal once they have the right person. And they are all the right person. Okay. There's not one that's better than another. There's not one ultimate true love. And then the rest are like, there's like the original person who makes you think of the concept of twin flame, so, and it's like somehow they're special because it's the first person that lit you up and made you think, oh my gosh, there's such thing as a twin flame. This is crazy. All the synchronicities and all this stuff. And some of you get stuck on that first person, and that's fine. Some of you think that that's your only person, and that's fine. I don't believe that. I think that there are a number of people, but I do believe when you hit on the right one that comes forward in the right way, and that makes you feel safe, that makes you feel like you can trust them, and that makes you feel also very passionate and whatnot, You can also watch one of my videos called All About True Love, or no, yeah, different types of true love, to find out the different, because there's soulmates and stuff too. There's all kinds of different ones. But don't go with somebody who's a total narcissist or psychopath. Obviously, if they're somebody who does not lack, if they lack compassion, if they're not kind, they're not for you. So if that narrows it down between the two and makes you select one, that's the one to go with, is the one who's kind. Do not go with, because some of you get stuck on all the synchronicities and signs and everything, even though the guy's a total asshole, right? And then you get still stuck and obsessed over that person just because the signs and synchronicities. But the universe seems to be saying that that's the person. That's called a false twin flame. If they treat you like crap or don't treat you right like that, when they come at you, because obviously they don't treat you right through the separation phase, just because they don't feel worthy enough and whatnot. They don't believe in themselves, and they go through a lot of growing up. I'm not talking necessarily about that. I'm saying when they come to you and you guys start maybe accumulating something. I don't know, because I said that word for a reason, but as you start to reconcile, as you start to get to know each other better and all that kind of stuff, good stuff starts to happen. And you see flat out, unkindness or flat out meanness to people in general, just you let that be a huge red flag, because they need to at the very least be kind. Okay. So I hope that helps. Number 2, I told you over a month ago about my first masculine coming back in my memory so strong. I felt so much love. He is jabbed, one shot only, but I've heard on your channel that they can be healed with a kiss. That's right. I remember saying that, and I was like, what? Some of the things I channel, I'm just like, what? It took a nerve for me to message him since he was silent for 3 months. He answered after 2 days. And after a few emails, he proposed that I come visit in the UK and stay with him for a little while. I'm not getting excited because he did this many times in the past. I understand that one. And then stood me up. Part of me wants to do it, but the other part is afraid that I'll be putting more effort in again and he won't appreciate it. Plus, I may adopt a dog that you just gave me a green light for. Would he be serious about merging our lives together? He broke up with me 8 years ago, saying that I was non-committal. That's funny. All right. Yeah, it does feel like he's scared. Would he actually talk to her? I actually feel like a yes. I feel a yes. Like maybe go before you get the dog or something like that, or make sure the dog is babysat while you're gone. Confirming the cards that he's actually going to meet her there. And believe me, I sat outside a place one time with a friend of mine. We were going to go bring him a present or something. And I looked at the cards and I said, he's not going to show up at the door. He's not even going to take the gift. And she was kind of skeptical about cards and stuff. But then we got up to the door. I went with her and we went up to deliver the present. He wouldn't have anything to do with it. So I would tell you the truth. All right. Well, look at that. He's going to make you an offer. He's going to make you he might ask you to move there or something. And I get a yes and a love offer. So, and quickly, like things going quickly, some communication happening and things going forward quickly. Major transformation, possibly relocation, some healing happening, divine intervention kicking in, and you guys feeling really happy and fulfilled and passionate, and an apology happening. Brand new passionate adventure. He might admit that he's been spying on you and he regrets that he didn't take any action, that he just watched you from a distance. But is this, should she get the dog? Yeah, I still get a yes on the dog. Should she go meet him in the UK first? Yes. If you have that option. Otherwise, like I said, get the dog babysat or whatever while you're gone. Yeah. So she should go. Let's see what the masculine cards say. Or the ghoster cards. There they are. What does he have to say about her visiting? I'm dealing with an addiction right now. Please let me deal with this on my own so I can feel empowered and confident starting a new life with you. I know I can do it. So know that you're dealing with somebody who might be getting over an addiction. I'm in the middle of a legal matter I feel would be affected by me contacting you or would affect you adversely to get involved with. I'll reach out when I feel it's okay to do so. So he might be dealing with a legal matter that he's not telling you about, or a contract, some kind of maybe he's nailed down to his job so he can't come to you. I could really use some consistent messages of love while I go through some tough stuff. Please hold my hand from a distance while I get over this hump, and I'll explain later. I've given it so much thought, and I know it to be my deepest truth. I choose you. No matter how things look on the outside, you are my person, and I only want you. Please trust me on that. And he also, it looks like he has to overcome some overbearing people in his life and have good boundaries with those people so they don't end up controlling you too. And he says, I wish you knew just how special you are to me. It kills me not to be able to tell you. You amaze me with your compassion and kindness through this time apart. And I'll promise I'll make it up to you. Okay. I'm gonna hum. So number 3. My second masculine stopped talking to me. Before Easter, I asked him, what are we going to do about liars and manipulators who influenced our connection? He sent me a script from the Bible talking about putting the past behind. It triggered me, but I answered jokingly that Joshua wants us to forgive. Is that Joshua or Yeshua? Oh, Yeshua wants us to forgive, but not be stupid. And he didn't answer. It wasn't directly towards him. I explained why I don't give another chance to people who backstab me. And now he's friends and he's now friends with. Is he mad? Should I just leave it alone and concentrate on working things out with my masculine number 1? Okay. I already saw, like, I picked up the deck, but I saw in my head, the things you said have me reeling. Like, let me think about it for a minute. I'm with a toxic partner right now, but you're on my mind a lot. I will reach out to you once I'm set free of this burden. He knows you're right. I feel like he knows you're right. He hides behind religion. A lot of people do that. I would do absolutely anything for you. I'd go to the end of the earth, and I will prove this in time once we come together. And he said he's sorry. He's dealing with an addiction right now too. Let him deal with it. Hi, honey. Okay. She just stops and looks in here, and I said hi to her, and she walked away. I'm watching all that you do publicly, maybe driving by, asking folks about you or finding anything out that I can. So yeah, he doesn't want you going anywhere. He's keeping his eye on you. I'm going through somewhat of a financial crisis or restructuring right now. It might even be changing jobs or career. I'm doing a cleanup job of my life, but I plan to call within a matter of weeks. Okay. Yeah, he just felt like he was really put on the spot with that conversation, but I think he knows you're right. He's been convincing himself that he's happy in his current circumstances, although you're constantly calling him out in his mind that he's living a lie. So I don't know. He seems like he's going to take a while. They're saying that he's like a work in progress, that he has quite a bit to do and to realize, and he's got to quit making excuses, for his lack of boundaries and whatnot. He gets controlled by people, even using the Bible, manipulating him with it. Yeah, I mean, I think things could go much faster and better and smoother with the first person. Yeah, the second guy, he's just brainwashed. He's still kind of brainwashed. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I was going to say, whoever doesn't get you is going to feel like you were the one that got away. But, that's their consequence. That, that's what you do when you don't work on yourself adequately. Ready to love again. You're ready to love again, girl. Says you've healed from the past enough to open your heart to new love. Oh, so maybe that also means that it could be a new person coming into your life. And don't feel guilty about that new person. Give everybody an equal shot. Don't be all about just one person, because that's gonna, you never know. I've been watching the true love journey for a long time, and it is really saddening how often the masculines do take a U-turn because they don't feel worthy and they just sabotage themselves. And it's like so heartbreaking. And they even tell me themselves that they're in love with the other person, that they settled with this other one because it was less threatening, or it was more comfortable for the family, or they felt somehow that they were doing the right thing, but they weren't at all. And a part of them knew it. So go with the person that comes forward with integrity. Go with that one, even if he's a new guy. And don't be surprised if the new guy runs too for a little bit. Okay, 3916. 3916. I got magic potion and love all creation from Libby. I made a protection bubble around me, and I peed in a glass and poured it on my old black walnut tree that I call Grandma during the partial solar eclipse. Did this ritual have any impact? Yes, it did. The tree just went like this, like, thank you. You healed, I'm seeing like a crack or a crevice. You healed a crack or a crevice in her by showing her love. You wouldn't think peeing on a tree would be a loving thing to do, but it is. And she understood that, she felt that, and she really appreciated it. And she loves you too. I also feel her taking some negativity off of you and your home as a result. Like there's always an exchange that happens. Did she take on any of the tree's negativity? Yes, she did. You did. They said that I can help to transmute some of that, because that's the thing. When you mark your territory on something like that, you do take on a bit of its energy. If it has any kind of negative energy, it's like the two of you heal it together then, so let me see what I can transmute for you, for on behalf of the tree. Shena te take san sepipe mahoma ana I hala kinke ina tahi shen se ila hempa pupuma hana aike hala ha ha ana pona. You have a new beginning as a result of what you've done. I don't know if you've been feeling kind of stale and stagnant for a little bit, but it's like now finally the doors are opening up for you to start some kind of a new beginning. It feels like a new chapter is coming. They want you to simplify your life, because I think because you got to get ready. You got to get ready for this major move in your love life, maybe. Okay. Let yourself sparkle and shine. You are guided to be bold and show your bigger than life side to the world. So you're leveling up, basically, is what's happening. You're leveling up. Can I get a message from the tree? Do that thing that stretches your faith. You won't be disappointed. You're being too superficial. Dig deeper to pull it up by the roots. What's really underneath it all. Wow. So the tree is helping you go down into your roots. Isn't that neat? You're only being given one step at a time, because if you knew all that was coming, it would overwhelm you. Please just trust us to guide you. You don't need all the answers right now. A setback is just a chance to regroup and get creative. You might even come up with a plan as a result, a better plan as a result. Embrace the opportunity and try to see things through new eyes. Ask more questions to gain clarity about this instead of judging or assuming. You're handling yourself better than you think, so keep it up. She said that she's proud of you for trying new things. I feel like pulling a Mary Magdalene card. The secret. Ooh, the secret. Secrets being revealed. Oh, when those secrets start being revealed in the world, yeah. That might be when you make your move, when this thing happens. Someone will soon confide in you, and information they divulge may shock or disturb you. This could be this may not be a person, but like all the secrets coming out. You may feel torn between the loyalties you have for two people, and this creates a dilemma for you. What is the right thing to do? Should you divulge the information or stay silent? In your heart, you will know. Ultimately, you must be true to yourself, for only in doing so, you're true to others. Revealing the truth will definitely cause upheaval, but eventually, as things settle down, your honesty and courage will be appreciated. Don't dwell on feelings of guilt. Express what's in your heart, for a hidden blessing is in store for all. As a result of the coming events, both you and others will feel a sense of relief. There are positive results for all concerned. However, these can only be actualized through your courage and love. So when this opportunity comes, jump on it and drop into your heart to make decisions regarding it. Okay. And last person, 3917. Hi, Amy. Could I get a true love check-in for my husband? Thank you so much. Okay. Shishena open Titana and kids. Shishena Tayana. Get ready for whatever question you want to ask or like whatever request you have of the universe that you want for the general blessing, because that's coming next. Okay, we have the Fool, Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, the Tower, Six of Swords. And then to clarify, the Fool is Temperance. The Lovers clarifying the Queen of Cups. The King of Wands clarifying the Queen of Wands. And the Two of Cups with the Tower. And then the Knight of Wands and the Six of Swords. Huh, interesting. He regrets lying to you or hiding something from you. This is a little wink from the universe. So I don't know what that would be. Did he do something? Did he lie to hide something out of like people pleasing or something? He's trying to get in his power and balance out so he can do what he wants to do and make things right by you somehow. He's gone back and forth on having some kind of a new adventure with you. I don't know if you guys are planning to do something new, or he wants to bring you in from out in the cold. You guys must be in separation. I'm taking it because it's like he misses you and he wants to, he wants to make things right. He wants to share his feelings with you and have a new beginning. If not, I mean, I guess if you're with him, then that would mean that he's held some feelings back from you that he needs to, whatever this is that he's been holding back or whatever, he wants to express it with emotional maturity. And he really feels you guys are absolutely perfect for each other with the King and the Queen of Wands. Like both of you are really fiery and passionate and both of you want a new start. He wants to build rapport with you, and he feels like divinely guided to do that, to work with you instead of against you. He may have had something shocking happen. He wants to have the courage to go away from all the drama. Maybe he was creating drama, or maybe there was drama in the family with you guys or something like that. He wants to go away from that and make things right by you, like only care what you think, for you guys to just be like on the same page together. He wants to be vulnerable with you. He really finds you to be very compassionate and loving and understanding. Something requires some type of a leap of faith, a major decision, and it might be to take some kind of a trip. I don't know if it would be a trip, him coming to visit you if you guys are apart, or it could be that you guys take a trip together and that's really a test for him. Yeah, he's really like, you know what, I've had enough of whatever this is, and we need to like get on the same page, maybe relocate. You might be relocating if he can get up the courage to do that. He's doing a cleanup job on his life right now in order to make room for you in it. He wants to make sure you guys don't have any hangups, so it can be as comfortable as possible, this transition. Sometimes I don't see how we can overcome our differences. I feel discouraged right now. I'm trying to find a way to you, but I just feel deflated. What I'm going through would burden you, and I don't want to add stress to your life. I'm protecting you from all the drama. So please trust that I know what I'm doing. I honestly think someone's doing black magic on me. Okay, so let me look into that. Oh, I felt a spirit card with that. Okay. Hamana times. Sashihila. I feel like somebody kind of manipulated him to like, I have the answer you're seeking. Come this way. Kind of a lure. And he gave, so he ate, you like didn't even put up a fight. He was just like, yes, please tell me what to do. He gave his power away to somebody who told him something that was like totally false. And I even got wicked. So I don't know what that's about, but his way back is loving himself. Love yourself no matter what anyone thinks. Your opinion is the only one that matters. Be true to yourself and be proud of yourself is what he's trying to get back to. Okay, so there really is no past or future, so make it a practice to remain in the moment, letting nothing else distract you. This is your superpower. Pray as if you've already received what you're asking for, and it's yours. I think those last two were for you. Okay. So this is a pet card, actually. But it says, I hear the way you talk about me sometimes, and it hurts my feelings. Can you please be mindful of what you say about me and start affirming good things? You're creating more of what you're repeating. Wow. So your words have power. So only be speaking that which you actually want to have happen in your life. Okay. I hope that helps. Now we're going to do the general blissing for everyone. Set your intention. And I will, according to everybody's free will, and if it's for the highest good of everybody involved, it will be amplified and assisted at this time. So drop your shoulders, take a deep breath. Tatain sase lakidina he upon. Ha na shin tatai ke ela. San say she la pohuma ana taki ina tai. She la hana ana poma mama ana aige. She la hapa pa ke ends. San say she la kidins. Hala pepen ha a ina chin chin. Hala kidi pin pip ma sunset says she. Hala ha ke pen pa ma an. Ta la ha ana take e na she in kids. I just got the feeling some of you are very, very emotional, and that you just need to validate your own feelings and just be gentle with yourself and be totally okay with whatever feelings you're exhibiting right now. And that stuff is bubbling to the surface to be healed. So just treat yourself with a lot of love. Go back to the beginning of this video and watch it again if you need to. Watching Matt Kahn's video, Respecting the Shadow, can definitely help you deal with those negative emotions too, if you want to watch that. All right, you guys, thanks for enduring this long video with me. I always enjoy chatting with you guys during the premiere. That's always fun for me. So thank you for to those of you who joined me over there. And I guess I will talk to you next week. If you have a question, submit it now at amysatori.com/ask Amy. And your questions will get answered next Thursday, and submit your questions before Saturday night so that you make sure that you make it on the next week. Okay, guys, talk to you later. Bye.